Mm, To reflect more on the hard times, it's more of a dark weather type of vibe, or a gray sky, if you will, and more of the what ifs or how I can, yeah, mostly those type of phrases that a person who's unemployed always begins to ask themselves, what if I could have done this? What if I could have done that, right? Well, there's always there's always an issue that has to play, the bit that has to play a part in the bigger picture. And of course, a person won't realize that until, bad things have already gone and happened themselves, or everything just gets all messed up as it is. But to learn from that, a person must, build resilience. They gotta see their old ways. They gotta learn their lessons in a way, that it can help them change, not only emotionally and mentally, but physically. It can help them change. Like, it can help them change their, whether it be task habits, whether it be physical habits, routines, just anything in general. It can help them change. Just that one, one move that they do, that they perform, that they say, anything can change. But it's a lot of times like these though, where a lot of people find themselves in, as most would say, a rock and a hard place. And I wouldn't blame people for finding themselves in that position, because it's hard. In these times it's hard to keep financial stability at bay, to keep connections, to not lose them. You know one got to learn, one got to try. They got to do what they got to do. It's just life. But you know not every day is gonna be a gray sky, like this one on top of me. Of course there's better days ahead. There can't always be those days where everything's just gonna be gray, 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 negative. You gotta have at least one day where it's positive, and you get at least some good things happening in your life. But you know i guess that's why we I guess that's why we hold in emotions, right? That's why we keep things to ourselves in ways just personal to us.